In this video, we're going to have a look at the new org app experience in Power BI. We're going to look at what it is, how it differs from the Workspace app, and also give you my personal thoughts on this new org app. All of that and more. So without further ado, let's jump in. Organizational apps allow you to bundle up different items like dashboards, reports, hyperlinks, and more into one app that you can distribute to your users. And you're not having a deja vu here because we've already covered org apps in a different video, but I'm covering it again because there's a new org app experience that came out in 2025. And the previous feature is now called the Workspace app. So don't get confused with the wordings. New org app is called org app, and the previous one is called Workspace app. Now, if you want to get familiar with the Workspace app, if you didn't know what it is already, go check out my previous video on it. But in this video, I'm going to assume that you already know what the Workspace app does. So I'm going to cover kind of what the new org app experience brings into the table and how it differs with the Workspace app. The org app offers a ton more customizability than the Workspace app, but for me, there are two key differences. First is that the org app is not workspace bound. So previously, you could only create one app per workspace. So if you want to create an app for department A and an app for department B in the same workspace, you would need two sets of workspaces to deploy the apps for each department. Workspace apps got around this issue with the introduction of audiences, but the fact remains that you could only have one app per workspace. Now with org apps, you don't have this limitation anymore. The second key difference for me is that org apps require a Fabric license. So if you want to use the new org app experience, you need to have a workspace with a Fabric license attached to it. The Workspace app, however, does not have this requirement. There are more differences that I'm going to cover later onwards because I have a lot of thoughts with regards to how to approach deployment and when to use one or the other. If you're already using Workspace apps, you will largely be unaffected by this. Since this is still in public preview, you need to first enable it from the tenant settings. So here from the admin portal in the Power BI service, you need to look for this setting. Users can discover and create org apps. You need to make sure that this is enabled and applied. This will ensure that you are able to create org apps in Power BI. Once this is enabled, you want to go to any workspace that has a Fabric capacity. Instead of interacting with the elements here on the top right, where you do the update app or create app here, you go to new item here, which will give you a bunch of options. One of them would be the org app. If you select on it, it will just ask you to name your org app. And this is where you construct your org app, which looks very familiar from the Workspace app, but it has a few other nuances to it. On the left-hand side is where you would add various content. So typically you would add items like dashboards, reports into your app. And all of it is just from the workspace where they currently live in. So at the moment, I only have one report here, the requests report. So I'm just going to add that into my app here. The settings button allow you to customize certain things like the name of the app, description, and if it's endorsed, promoted, or certified. So whenever someone opens up Power BI service, should they see this as a kind of a promoted item? There's also a customize button here, which allows you to customize certain things like the icon for the org app itself, theme, which has a color picker here. It just changes how the app looks like. And this is probably something that you'd customize if you want to be consistent with your branding. And I believe this is upgraded from the Workspace app, which previously only gave you a set number of colors to choose from. The new org app allows you to choose specific colors from the color wheel. There's also a navigation here, which allows you to define how the navigation should work inside the app. I'd recommend just use the combine app and report page navigation, which is how the Workspace app works. So you would have the groupings of the various reports and the pages all in this one pane. It just saves a lot more real estate when it comes to seeing the reports in the org app. You will have more space for the reports rather than the navigation. There's a different add button here, which allows you to add different things in the navigation pane here. So you can add things like a workspace content, which is, your various items in your workspace. You can add sections, which allows you to group up certain items into various sections. So if you have kind of logical reports that you want to group up into kind of one section, this is how you would add that section, similar to the Workspace app. So you just, for example, the request, we can move it to that section, and it will just be something that you can collapse and expand. You can also add a hyperlink, which is useful if you want to add links to things like feedback forms or support, emailing someone. This is a great way to just add another element here in the navigation pane so that users can quickly select it if they want to. A new thing here that you can add that you couldn't add or doesn't exist in the Workspace app is an overview pane, which is essentially a landing page that you can create for your app. So it's the first thing that the users will see or typically would see. It doesn't necessarily need to be at the top, but I guess this is what it's built for. So what it does is it allows you to add a header, which gives the users a bit more context on what this app contains. So if I just add some data here, so it's basically a table of contents, but just gives you the ability to add some additional context before they actually see any reports. So it's handy if you want to control that experience that way. In the previous experience, how I got around this is by creating a separate landing page as a report and just put it at the top. So that way I can control how that overview page looks like. You can also preview the app if you want to see how that looks like before you actually publish it. So this is how the app would look like to users that have access to this app. And this is just your preview. So if you close preview, you go back to this page here. If you want to share this to your users, you can simply click the share button on the top right here, which allows you to either copy the link to this app. So if you already have access to this app, you simply just copy the link here and they should be able to access the app itself. Or if you want to add users or share this to other users, you simply use the ones at the bottom, either add a person or a group, or manage access if you already want to manage whoever has access to this. If you click add people or groups, you simply just type the names or the email addresses of the people you want to share it to. You can enable or give the ability to reshare. So there's an additional permission if you want these users that you're going to grant access to reshare this app. So if they want to share it to other colleagues, for example, I usually just turn this off by default. And you can also notify the recipients by email and add an optional message. So similar to the Workspace app experience. The last one here is manage access, which essentially allows you to control who has access and what type of permissions they have when it comes to the org app itself. At the moment, it's just me. I have access to this because I'm the kind of Workspace admin, but this is where you would manage different people. And from here, you can, do things like add or revoke permissions based on your needs. So you can maybe just have users on just a read mode, or some people have read or reshare. This is where you would control it. Now that you know how org apps generally work, let's discuss what the kind of main differences are between the Workspace app and the org app, and discuss some things that you should consider if you're thinking about migrating your app experience from the old to the new version of this org app experience. The first thing that's not so obvious here is the lack of the publish button. The version of the reports that are in the Workspace is what the version of the reports that they will see in the app. I think this makes a lot more sense because previously with the Workspace app, you have to publish the reports to the app for the users to see the changes that you have published into the Workspace. So there's two publishes. So just because you've published the reports in the Workspace itself doesn't necessarily mean the users will see that version in the Workspace app. You need to hit the publish button from the Workspace itself for them to see this version. Because of this functionality, I've built up the habit of testing the reports that I have in the Workspace first to make sure that everything is okay before publishing it to the app itself. One thing about the org app itself is that it is still in a Workspace level. While you can create multiple org apps in the same workspace, you can't have an org app that spans across multiple workspaces, which sounds like a no-brainer to me, given that you can have multiple org apps in the same workspace. Why can't you incorporate items from other workspaces into one org app? Now let's cover the elephant in the room, audiences versus multiple apps. So as I said before, if you wanted to create apps for multiple audiences in the same workspace, you can do this with the org app. You simply just hit the new item and just create a new org app altogether. Now, while it's good to keep the different apps separated, the potential risk I can see here is that if you require a lot of apps, you need to maintain all of them individually. The Workspace app has a feature called Audiences, which allows you to control who can see what in the same Workspace app. Someone from Department A, for example, could open the same app, will see a different set of reports than someone from Department B, even if they have access to the same app. This makes it a whole lot easier to centrally manage your apps and app access, instead of creating separate apps altogether. This is how I've been distributing my reports up to this point and has worked perfectly. I do know that there is an audience limit of 10 per workspace, but I've personally never hit this limit yet. So my recommendation, first of all, is to keep using the Workspace app for now, especially because the new org app experience is in preview at the moment, but do test it out and see if this fits your workflow. And that's really it for this video. I hope you now know a little bit more about the new org app experience and how it differs from the Workspace app.